Like Paleface Swiss, I'm not a fucking hater. I don't hate on these people. I respect the work they're putting in, but I'm sorry that one of the singles they released off this new album sounded straight up just like a fucking Slipknot rip. And I don't know, I just can't get behind it. Like, take these influences and take them somewhere new rather than just trying to rip what was once cool. Yo, so what you're about to watch right now is actually just some clips and highlights put into a compilation from a full podcast episode. So what I did was a couple weeks ago, I solicited predictions via my Instagram story for 2025 predictions. I waited a couple weeks so my reaction felt fresh and I kind of forgot what the predictions were, but I reacted to those in a full podcast episode, which you can find the link to in the description below. But these are just the highlights because there was no need for me to upload a 35-minute video of me just yapping. So without further ado, hope you enjoy. There's some fun ones in here. Hope y'all are doing good. Talk to you soon. Sorry, I'm just going to butcher your name. I'm just Matthew Art something. I don't know. But not at all a fan, but I fear more new metal influences. God, this one stresses me out because I can't say I love new metal, but I have grown fond of new metal over the last couple years. I became a big Korn fan, not gonna lie, and I realize how impactful Korn is to the scene that we're currently in, how impactful they are to rock music as a whole. Even, some of the more new metal stuff off like Iowa or the first self-titled Slipknot album, like huge albums. I've always loved Slipknot, but I can't say I love all this new metal like rip-offs that are going on right now. Like Paleface Swiss, I'm not a fucking hater. I don't hate on these people. I respect the work they're putting in, but I'm sorry that one of the singles they released off this new album sounded straight up just like a fucking Slipknot rip. And I don't know, I just can't get behind it. Like, take these influences and take them somewhere new rather than just trying to rip what was once cool, you know? Like, that's what I would love to hear, but maybe I'm just a fucking hypocrite because I love early 2000s metalcore and I love bands like Foreign Hands that just sound like fucking Poison the Well or something. So I do think new metal is here to stay. We're going to hear a lot more of it this year. Deathcore is coming back, baby. It absolutely fucking is. Whitechapel's about to drop an album. Psycho Frame just dropped 2 new deathcore tracks. Molotov Solution just dropped a few new tracks. Like, so many good fucking deathcore bands are putting stuff out right now. And we've been removed from the MySpace era for long enough now where it just got played out and overdone and the theatrics were ridiculous and stuff. We've been removed from all that long enough that deathcore is due for a revival, and there's a lot of exciting bands in deathcore out right now. So deathcore absolutely is coming back. So Tucker T. Taylor says, "You'll keep sucking Knocked Loose's dicks." And you know what? I will, in fact, keep sucking Knocked Loose's dick. And here's the thing about that. When people see that I'm a big fan of Knocked Loose, I tout them for all that they're doing for heavy music right now. They say, fuck that band, they sound like shit. I don't care if you don't like the way they sound. I hate the way Sleep Token sounds. It's overproduced mashup of just like all these different genres, and people are like, ooh, look at this, just because it's like a bunch of mashup of different genres, so it's quote unquote original. But you know what? If Sleep Token is the band that gets someone into fucking Silent Planet or something, I'm here for it. I want this scene to grow. So if Knocked Loose, even if you don't like them, if Knocked Loose is the reason that someone goes to a fucking Speed or Harm's Way show, I am 1,000% fucking here for it. I will suck Knocked Loose's dicks. It's true. So there's that. You already know how I feel about Knocked Loose. And I do love their music. Home Grizz Own says Poison the Well drops a banger closer to their original stuff than the later years. Parentheses, still great. Yes, the later years are still great, but we all know the earlier stuff is what Poison the Well is known for. And yeah, they are doing a 25-year anniversary tour for the Opposite of December. I was just thinking about this today. I think they're going to release new music. Trustkill is also back. Like, we are due for more Poison the Well music, and my God, is it going to go the fuck off? So I think that is an accurate and true prediction. Ronnie Kurtz says Fiddlehead makes more music. I sure as hell hope so. I think that last album came out in what, 2022 maybe? I think the yellow one, I think. But I don't know. Fiddlehead is just, they're one of those bands. It's like once in a generation, and they'll never be as big as they should be given how impactful they are to this small niche genre. But damn, that makes it all the more special. So I am very high on Fiddlehead. I will listen to that band for the rest of my life. I hope they make more music. Shaq will start a hardcore band. Man, Shaq can keep DJing. I am a massive Lakers fan. I'm a massive basketball fan. There's nothing you can tell me that will prove me wrong on this, but Shaq is a little questionable lately, being real creepy with Angel Reese and just getting a little too comfortable in his celebrity and feeling like he can do a little too much. So let's keep Shaq out of hardcore for right now. Sound good? Thanks. People won't fully realize how massive Vane's Air Zone was for the scene for at least 5 more years. Is Arizona the one with the eyeball on it? It is. Okay. That album is fucking sick, and it came out in 2018. So thinking about that now, it's pretty wild. And, I mean, I don't know if this is a prediction for 2025 because he's saying people won't fully realize how massive that album was for the scene, at least 5 more years. So maybe we're predicting all the way up to 2030, I guess. But the album has like that new metal kind of Slipknot vibe to it that realistically, you look at a band like Paleface Swiss that's ripping off Slipknot like hard right now. Like maybe we do owe more to Vane than we realize because that album fucking slaps. I remember my brother pointing it out to me when it came out. And even then, I was kind of in a phase where I wasn't listening to a ton of heavy stuff. And even then, I would put that album on regularly. So love that album. Maybe it is bigger than we realize. We could already tie strings to it from bands that are playing right now. Like Vane was ahead of this new metal thing. All right, love this one. Trey Valdez says hardcore fans will be as insufferable as ever, but the music will be great. Hardcore can be pretty corny. Beatdown can get old. Beatdown can be annoying. Like hardcore does have some funny trends going on right now. TikTok has found its way in, a younger generation has found its way in, which I am an advocate for, but I will be the first to tell you that sometimes, yeah, that shit's corny. I don't always fantasize about kicking someone's teeth in because I don't got the money to pay for it. You probably don't either. So quit being fucking insufferable. Let's just enjoy this music and stop acting like we're excited to kick someone's teeth in. Speaking of knocked loose to just continue dominating much more crossover, contamination, NIHC. God, some of y'all are going to call me out on this. I see NIHC around, like floating around that acronym. I don't know what it means. Obviously, something hardcore. I don't know. Is Knocked Loose going to continue dominating though? Probably because album cycles are usually 2 years, right? So Knocked Loose puts out You Won't Go Before You're Supposed to last summer. They have at least 2 years of touring and whatnot planning. I guarantee you, like when you catch this type of wave, you cannot stop. And it's why some bands will not come back for 4 years after putting out the massive like breakthrough album. That being said, Knocked Loose just finishing up their first year of this whole, you know, You Won't Go Before You're Supposed to cycle. So I do think they have another year in them. They probably have some crazy tours planned. We're probably going to see some domination from Knocked Loose and continue to. So my homie Antonio says Linkin Park choruses and new metal influenced metalcore will slowly die out. I wish it were true, but I think we got at least one more year of this shit. Like I say shit as in like, oh, I fucking hate it. I don't hate it. It's just not my favorite stuff. I will never hate on a band for wanting to go more commercial. Like we all want to get a bigger audience. We all want to, grow. Well, most of us do. And if you want to stay underground, I commend that just as much. But this Linkin Park and like, early 2000s new metal and like alt rock influence is here to stay at least for another year, I think. Turnstile new album will change a lot of things. I've been thinking about this. It was 2021 when Glow On came out. And you know what? I don't know if we're going to see another Turnstile album because, like, again, they are in that range right now where, like, They have this massive album that blows up. They go on tour with Blink 182. They do all kinds of crazy shit. They're playing arenas, like they're in Taco Bell commercials. To follow that up, you have to come down from that psychologically, or else you're just gonna burn yourself the fuck out. And they seem like dudes, not seem like, they are dudes that have been doing this for a long time. I don't know that we're gonna see anything from them in 2025, at least not a full album. Though I do think when they come out with an album, it's going to turn a lot of heads, and we are all going to look to it to see what is next in hardcore. All right, last one. Kublai Khan will do Jimmy Kimmel or some form of live TV debut. You know, I said maybe we won't see a hardcore band on TV again this year, but if it's going to be anyone, it's going to be Kublai Khan, and here's why. They're big as fuck already. Matt Honeycutt is very charismatic. He's a funny American dude that resonates with a lot of people. And honestly, their music is so easy to understand. When you got a song where the only lyrics are two, like, that's fucking easy to understand. You can bang your head to it. Like, there's something so like barbaric and elementary about the way they write that just makes you bang your head, and it really resonates with people. And it's also, it's theatric. Like, it's gonna get attention, and someone like Jimmy Kimmel is gonna want that attention on their show. So yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it won't, maybe hardcore will end up on TV again. And if it's Kublai Khan, I'm 1,000% here for it. All right, y'all. That was it. I ran through this fast, and I'm kind of glad I did, because we're at what, 36 minutes, and I feel like I was fucking speed running. Like, if you can't tell, this is the fastest I've ever talked on a podcast. It's because I was very excited about this episode. It is fun to interact with you guys. It is fun to get your guys' thoughts. In the meantime, I hope you will go back and listen to some other episodes I have. I just interviewed my friend Jen from Tucson. She plays in a band called Fortuna Malvada. She is booking shows via Still Cold Booking. I just put that episode out last week. It's a great listen if you want to hear the perspective of a, hardcore lifer. I need to shut up now because I need to edit this video. So thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting Hardcore Dropout. Big year ahead. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.